One of our biggest strengths is having the ability to leverage the insights from the other venture and growth colleagues we have around our privates business. And so when we look at companies in our core stage, which is typically at the Series B, Series C stage, these are companies with $5 or $10 million of revenue generally. They have aspirations to grow up into being companies that are more like the late stage companies that our late stage growth team looks at. And so having that lens of what those companies look like and where ours are right now and what pathway they might be on is an interesting strength of ours. We also try to really think about, if you go backwards and you think about the companies that they're investing in now, they might have $100 or $200 million of revenue, but back when they were at our stage and they had $5 or $10 million of revenue, what did they look like? What was their growth rates like? What were their SaaS metrics like? And we can use that lens to look at our companies, think about, are these metrics that feel like they're best in class? Because obviously, a small universe of companies that have made it to that point and tend to be obviously the much stronger ones. And so we have that lens to look at how our companies compare at a comparable point in their lifetime. The collaboration and insights from our public investors is really critical to a lot of our investment approach. If you think about our companies all eventually want to IPO or get acquired, that's generally the exit. And the insights we have from our public colleagues are incredibly valuable there. Their insights into, is this the kind of IPO story that the market would like? How would the market price this? What would the market's concerns be? Are incredibly valuable how we think about our companies and approaching valuation. And then on the acquisition side, they cover the acquirers. And so it's always easy for us to think, here's 2 or 3 natural acquirers for this company. But then if you talk to our public colleagues, they might say, well, yes, they're very acquisitive, but they don't like doing big deals. They like doing much smaller deals. Or this is not really an area that's of real strategic importance to them. And we use that to help dial in how we think about valuation and just really tighten up our framework on what we think a realistic exit for the company is. And we think that gives us a much stronger perspective on valuation.